everyone, it's Kathy, and welcome back to Kathy's Happy Home with another Philadelphia 250 entry for you. And today I'm going to talk to you about Independence Hall. Independence Hall is one of the most important sites in the United States, and it was designed by architects Andrew Hamilton and Edmund Woolery. Originally it was called the Pennsylvania State House. And it was completed in 1753. In 1776, the founding fathers of the United States met there to discuss and then declare independence from Great Britain. Excuse me, 1 minute here. Okay. And debate what was going to be included in the U.S. Constitution 4 years later. It was the beginning of the world's first constitutional democracy. It was here during a very hot summer in 1776 that independence was debated behind closed and shuttered windows. So they couldn't be overheard what they were discussing, or someone couldn't look in and see who was there. They were putting their very lives on the line doing this. If they had been found out by Great Britain, they would have been tried for treason and they would have been executed. Imagine what they were going through, though. It was a hot summer. It was around, Thomas Jefferson kept records of what the temperature was. So it was in the high 80s at that time. And there was no fresh air. There was no stray breeze coming through the room. It must have been very hot, especially the clothes they were wearing. It isn't like you see me have an open neck here. They had everything up to their throat with their shirts and their cravats and things. In fact, they were all planning an insurrection against the British Crown. And as I said, this could have cost them their lives. On June 14th, 1775, George Washington was nominated as Commander-in-Chief of the Continental Army by the Second Continental Congress. And this Congress consisted of representatives from all 13 colonies. During the Revolutionary War, Philadelphia fell to the British. And at that time, they took over the Pennsylvania State House, used the bottom floor for a hospital, and the top floor is where they kept their prisoners of war. When the war was over, Philadelphia became the capital of the United States. And the State House became the home of Congress and the Supreme Court. It's not a small building, but compared to the Capitol in Washington, D.C., it was a very small building. And in 1800, the new city of Washington, D.C. became the nation's capital, and Congress and the Supreme Court moved over there. Much larger and grander building than the Pennsylvania State House was. Over time, the building that had witnessed so much history had fallen into disrepair, and people forgot about all the important things that the building had been. Well, in 1824, Revolutionary War hero the Marquis de Lafayette came to the United States to visit some of the places that were so important in the founding of the country. And like other cities he visited, Philadelphia wanted to impress him, just like this year where we want to impress the people that are coming for the World Cup games. So, of course, you're going to clean up the place. And they looked at the State House and said, oh, this looks horrible. And so they started refurbishing the State House. And the Marquis was struck by the importance in the cause of liberty and freedom of this building. And he inspired the citizens of Philadelphia to call it Independence Hall, the name that we still use today. The Liberty Bell used to be housed in the hall. When you entered the building, it was right there in the lobby as soon as you went in. And you could actually touch it. Elaine, Joe, and I have all touched the Liberty Bell and ran our fingers up and down the crack like all the kids would do. Um, but now it's in its own building, and no one can touch it. I'll be telling you about the Liberty Bell soon. Um, and in 1861, President Abraham Lincoln stood on the front steps of Independence Hall, proclaiming his commitment to the principles of the Declaration of Independence and pledging to defend it. When he was assassinated in 1865, tens of thousands of mourners filed past his coffin, which was laid in state in the very room where American independence had first been declared. And two of those mourners were my third great-grandmother and her daughter, my great-great-grandmother. They actually stood in line all night, waiting to file past the coffin to pay their respects. In 1950, Independence Hall was renovated to restore it to the way it looked in 1776. More than 1 million people visit Independence Hall each year. It's such an important building that it's on the back of the $100 bill. So this is another vital gem in Philadelphia. And if you get a chance to visit Philly, be sure to see it. It's located on Chestnut Street between 5th and 6th Streets. It's free to enter, but you might want to purchase a timed ticket by phone ahead of time for a guided tour. The people who do these guided tours are wonderful and explain everything to you. These tickets cost $1, and the tours take place March through December. In January and February, it's off-season, and tickets aren't required for these lecture tours. Every day from 9 to 9:50 a.m., Independence Hall hosts an open house. This self-guided tour is free. No tickets are required to visit the West Wing, which houses a free exhibit of 18th century documents. So, if you ever visit Philadelphia, be sure to stop in and see this important place. And now I'm going to show you a slideshow of some of the rooms in the Independence Hall and the outside of Independence Hall. I hope you enjoy it. Be sure to read the description, and thanks to all the people that helped me put this together. I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.